Alright guys, trying to connect and we should be going live. Hopefully you can hear some music in the background. I'm not sure if anything plays. Can anyone hear my voice? So I just want to make sure you guys are hearing what I'm saying and that we are cool. If someone could post in the chat room, that would be awesome. Alright, so can you hear me guys? Alright, I think everything is going well. There's no music because the music was very silent. Can you hear it now? I don't know. Maybe now? Okay, screw the music. Guys, welcome to the last day of the March. And we are kicking off our live stream. I'll wait a few more minutes before more people will log in. As always, so more of you will have a chance to listen what we're going to talk about. And we have a long range of the subjects today. We'll talk about what is the problem with the AK accuracy. Cherry picking groups, that's my favorite one. Fashion show, Victoria's Secret fashion show, what the hell? Weapon SKS, ACSS explanation, why I ban people, and maybe if you will have a time, we'll hit the training issues in US, which I'm seeing, and I want to share with you some observations. But before we'll kick off, I will take the few questions straight from the chat room before we'll warm up and get more people jumping on the show. So let me see what someone was posting a good question here. I just forgot exactly what was it, but let's make sure I will catch it and we'll go from there. Okay, so you were asking about the rail on the Vepr. This is from FAB Defense. This is the RPK rail, basically, guys. Okay. Next question was, okay, will you be attending Red October in Utah in October? No, I will not, because I have the other duties and I have other commitments made with the army, and the army takes the right way for everything. So I'm not going to attend the Red October, guys. Alright, I see we got a lot of people on the chat. And let me kick out right off the bat. There is very often I hear the complaints about the poor AK accuracy. Some people, and for me this is laughable, they talk about the short radius sights, that this is the reason for it. And even today, I was getting some messages. I guess there was some discussion going on the other group or board about the short sights radius for the AK. Guys, all this really doesn't matter, okay? You can make hits with the short sight radius, but the one thing which people tend to forget when shooting AK is, and I cannot stress this out, guys, it's an impact of wind on the trajectory of 7.62 by 39. As you can see, this is a screenshot from our the updated version for the AK Bootcamp booklet. We'll have combined 7.62 and 545 in that one booklet. But going back to the chart, as you can see, even with the 5 miles per hour wind, guys, you're already going to be moved if you have a full value wind by 1 inch. So it's a 1 inch at the 5 miles per hour wind. With 10 miles per hour wind, which is pretty much average when what you have in the Midwest, you will be drifting 2 inches at the 100 yards. And now, if you will go to 300, that jumps to almost 10 inches for the 5 miles per hour wind, or that would be almost a 20 inches for the 10 miles per hour wind at 300 yards. Guys, this is absolutely, I just want you to realize this. 20 inches, that means that you will miss the average human in 10 miles per hour wind if you will not adjust hold for the wind with your either red dot or with the iron sights. So again, if you have a 10 miles per hour wind, guys, 10 miles per hour wind, you will miss completely a human from 300 yards. This is how big effect the wind has on the 7.62 by 39. And it doesn't matter if you are shooting with the Tula ammo, Wolf ammo, 124, 123 grain, or even surplus ammo. That round gets moved. A lot of people, they are very surprised because they can nail the steel targets from 200 yards, but then they make that jump to the 300, and again, look how much wind is impacting. At the 200, we're talking about roughly 4 inches drift in a 5 miles per hour wind, but then that doubles almost at 300 yards. So, and this is a 5 miles per hour wind. So again, at 200 yards with 5 miles per hour wind, we got 4 inches drift, and 10 miles per hour will be 8 inches drift. 8 inches drift at 200 yards. So, talking about the short sight radius impact on accuracy and how you are performing with your rifle is meaningless compared to the wind. And I see this over and over again, how people are blaming basically a rifle because they do not understand what's happening to the round when the round is leaving the barrel, guys. It's easy to blame the equipment, and it's easy to say that the AK sucks when you know something's not going right for you. And this is where I keep hammering this down, guys. Spend some time. You have to learn about the limitations of your rifles. You have to. This rifle isn't perfect. It's a great tool, but there are limitations attached to it. By learning the limitations and acknowledging them, because you talk to some people and they will tell you, oh no, AK is fucking perfect. Everything works great. You know, hey, give me a fucking shovel at the end. Yeah, hey, whoa, I'm going to run with it. Okay, no. You have to learn what's happening, what is impacting the performance when you're squeezing a trigger. Learn from it, and don't be that fucking dumb idiot at the range, which you know, is getting frustrated because he spent the whole life dumping the magazines to the ground, and now, you know, he's blaming the AK because AK can hit the shit. So it's pretty much probably not the AK fault, okay, but you, because you do not understand the rifle, and you do not understand what the rifle offers to you, or how you should compensate for the wind at the range, let's say, right? And that just pisses me off because I keep hearing this claim all the time, you know, the AK isn't accurate, AK isn't accurate. I'm telling you today, on like most of the rifles sold today, AK rifles sold today in the US, they will group between 2 and 3 MOA. That's not even a question. So rest is on the shooter. And remember, 2 to 3 MOA accuracy out of the rifle, that's basically what you have on the Gov issue M4. 2 to 3 MOA. That's a standard, alright? But now if 2 to 3 MOA, let's say 3 MOA rifle, that's 3 inches spread at the 100 yards. And now if you will keep adding, you know, if you have the 20 inches drift in a 10 miles per hour wind at 300 yards, and you add that 3 MOA at 300, it will be 9. So if you guys almost 30 inches combined forces which are affecting the shooting, and you just have to be aware of it, guys. So spend some time, learn the charts, memorize them, test on your own you know, rifle, and see what is happening, and then, you know, bitch about something, but learn. And you know, the whole discussion about the short sights radius, That's meaningless. It's really meaningless if you look at the other data and what's happening and how much drift you're getting from all other elements. Alright, so enough of the bitching with this. Probably some snowflakes melted from it, but basically this is the take what I got on this subject. So it's not that much of the rifle, but lack of understanding. Now let's go to the next subject, which is connected to the accuracy. And very often you hear about the people claiming, well, I have a sub-MOA AK, I shot the sub-MOA AK. And what they do is basically, I want to show you this, boom. Okay, so you see this dude is shooting, right? And look at the performance, right? So we have the one shot, boom, second shot, and we got this dude will make a third shot soon. Okay, 3 shots, right? And this looks like a very, very tight group. It's below half MOA. So that is freaking outstanding, right? But I'll tell you right away that this rifle, which I shot that group with, is far from being half MOA AK. Just because I have scored one, half MOA, a half inch, less than half inch group, doesn't make this rifle a half MOA rifle. You have to, this is how the people do this, and this pisses me off. You cannot cherry pick just the one group to prove the point. What we do in a 5K test too, at the end, guys, when we are shooting for the accuracy, yes, we shoot the group, but also we take the rifle to like 500 yards. And if I have a confirmation from 500 yards, that gives me a better picture what the rifle really can do. But if you really want to do the shooting and measuring for the groups, I have a very simple system. I'm kind of against the 10-shot groups because they are tiring the shooter. So you're getting, more fatigue and you have to deal with it. I like to do the 4-5 shots groups. So I shoot the 1 5-shot group, I stand up, relax, go back behind the rifle, shoot another, and shoot another. And then from those 4-5 shot groups, I take the average and I have a very good understanding of what's happening and what the rifle can do for me. But honestly, like the best way, because just because the rifle groups nicely at the 100 yards, that means very little to me, alright? But if I can match that performance at the extended ranges, this is where the money is in my eyes. This is where the barrel is paying off and you're really getting the value from the rifle. All right, that's my honest take on this subject. Now this brings me to another subject for the tonight show. So a lot of people, I had I had like few comments on the one of the videos when I used the similar setup, and they were saying, well, the rifle looks ugly. That was the only comment. The rifle looks ugly. Alright, dude, honestly, what the fuck? Is this the Victoria's Secret show? I mean, you wanna have a nice looking fucking, with some stocking shit? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, this is a tool. This is a tool. Do you get this? The tool may look ugly. Who gives a shit that the tool looks ugly? Okay, as long as it performs. I mean, you like something simple, the wood and everything, absolutely. Go knock yourself out. You wanna keep the simple polymer on the rifle up front, I have no problem with it, right? But I mean, just to say that the rifle looks ugly, it looks ugly. What that's supposed to mean, right? You wanna, as I said, you wanna have a Victoria's Secret fashion show. I mean, go knock yourself out. Are you going to go and hug that rifle? This is a freaking tool, people. Tool. You make the tool to work for you. Whatever works best for you, that's all it matters. I don't care if this looks beautiful or this looks ugly. I really honestly I don't care. What is important for me is, like with this rifle, can I adjust the stock here? Because I need that, right? Will that work for me or not? If the wood will work, I'll have a wood on it. I have no problem. But it's just to disqualify something and say it because it looks ugly. Again, what the hell? What the hell? I don't care if it's ugly. Is it working? What if you will have a beautiful golden trims? On like, remember guys how they did the guns going back by 100 years, or even in Italy today, you can get the beautiful shotguns with golden trims and everything. You like that Gucci shit? Fine, have your Gucci shit. I don't give a shit about your Gucci shit, okay? But if you like it, good for you. If it's working, good for you. But again, honestly, I mean, like, this just irks me. It's so funny. I mean, it's funny. It's unbelievable that the people can today in 2017 that they will be bitching that something looks ugly and they are not looking at what works for someone and what may not. It just blows my mind. It's just common sense, guys. Honestly, common sense. Speaking about the enhancements, guys, this is the Vepr dedicated adapter. They just arrived. I tested the prototype. It went through the 5,000 rounds. It's basically the same construction. This is from Definitive Arms, but we got them in the store. So it's a shameless plug for the store. AK4774.com. Vepr adapters. If you have a square back, any square back Vepr in any caliber, 308, 223, 545, 7.62 by 39, or even Vepr 12, they do work, and you can add the tube and have a stock. Especially on those Vepr FMs, those stocks are extremely short. The polymer stocks which those Veprs ship with. So this is, in my eyes, this is the value add. And we got also, you guys were asking, this is a direct answer to what you were asking for. You were asking for the combo with the rings, with the scope, and the RS Regulate mount. So there you go. I created the Recon combo, and you can go to the store and to the whole combo with the rings, everything. You're getting everything. Everything's ready to use. You just gotta bolt on parts and you will have a full combo with the 126X scope with ACSS, either for 7.62 or 545 rifles. Alright? But enough with the bullshit talk. Let me go to the next subject. This is interesting one. Guys, this is basically this is the Vepr SKS. And this is the Vepr SKS, and the question was, will those Veprs be available in United States? So this is a very good question, guys. When I talked to my contacts from Moat Factory, they basically said that they look for any opportunity to work with the US market, and they can, they would be more than happy to deliver anything what we would request. So I guess this goes back right now to the FIME group, and what the FIME group will work, how the FIME group will work with them and what they will bring. As you can see, the good thing is the FIME group keeps bringing more and more and more Vepr rifles. Just recently they posted the 308 with side folding stock. I don't care about that one, but again, we're getting the new models, and this is very, very encouraging. So again, I want to show you that Vepr SKS, I think so. This thing looks awesome. Is looking awesome. It's basically a porn for the gun guys. And if they will bring those Veprs, SKS Veprs, I'll be all over it. And I would love the idea. And as I said, the Vapor is ready for it. They said, yeah, they will be more than happy to export it to United States. So now we just gotta go back to the FIME group and start bothering the FIME group and start getting them on board to start importing those beautiful rifles to United States, because the Vapor guys Moat guys are ready. They would love to jump on the idea and get it done. Alright, so that's the Vapor SKS, and I will try to track down the Vapor SKS situation. I will start bothering the people at the FIME group, and we'll see what they're going to say. Right. By the way, there will be no show next week because I'll be gone for almost the whole week. So there's nothing what I can do about it. So we will be back not the next Friday, but like in 2 weeks. Alright, so sorry for this, but we got more to talk about. Alright, another question was about the ACSS reticle. This is very funny. Guys, this is again a screenshot from that upcoming 2017 booklet edition. And as you can see, this is the ACSS reticle from the 7.62. So you can see how this is working. You got two very quick ways to measure the distance. You can either catch the dude with the RPG on the left and measure him from bottom of the feet to the top of the head, and will give you a distance for ranging. Or you can check his shoulder width and get the distance ranging that way. Either way works. These are very accurate, especially on the moving targets. I measured a lot of people which they were moving, and I confirmed the distances. And this thing is right on the money. This ACSS reticle, guys, it's absolutely right on the money. So this is for the scope. It's pretty, self-explanatory. Top of the chevron, you're zeroing the 7.62 scope from 50 yards. 250 yards you got at the bottom of the chevron, from like inside, and 300 yards will be the tip of the post, 400, 500, and 600. And that's a tough shot for the 7.62 by 39. But that's basically, if you have any more questions about the ACSS, let me know and I will reply back. So email me ak74ski@comcast.net, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Now there is also the ACSS version of the red dot. So this is how the red dot is projected. And as you can see, it works for 545 and works for the 7.62 by 39. The difference is you're zeroing it either from 100 yards for 545, or you're zeroing it from 50 yards for 7.62 by 39. And you can see how those dots are playing out, all right, the charts. But again, and here I will tell you right away, if you have astigmatism, if you don't have a good vision, that ACSS red dot will be hard on your eyes if you don't have a good vision. So maybe the 3x optic will be better for you. Alright, so again, if you have any questions about the ACSS, reticles, dots, or anything, let me know and I will reply back to you and I will help you out. Alright, we'll go from there. Alright, moving to the next question. Why I ban people? Guys, believe it or not, but through all the existence of the AK Operators Union, I didn't ban a lot of people. But the banning happens. So I'm perfectly fine if you disagree with what I'm saying. I understand you have your point of view and you may not like it, what I do or say or whatever, and that's perfectly fine. I dig this, right? We are all different, and this is how it works, right? So I'm perfectly fine with it. However, I do have a problem if I tell you, hey, I respect your opinion, but I totally disagree with it. But I respect it, fine, you are entitled to your opinion. But if you will keep jumping on me and keep saying the same thing over and over again and forcing me to accept your point of view when you don't have a good argument, even when I'm telling you I respect your take but disagree with it, then at some point I'm going to pull the plug on you, because it's like talking to the wall. And this is what pisses me off most. You know, you got sometimes those people, you try to give them enough rope, so they will, instead of hanging themselves, they will do something constructive with it. But it usually ends, when people just keep coming back, and they just want to fight, they just want to troll, or some, they start spreading the profanities and stupid shit. So that will get you banned. And even then, I'm reasonable. If you will mail me back, I had a few guys. We had, we reached the point like they were banned, but they emailed me. We talked through the email. We sorted out, and they are back on the page, and they are, we working together and we talking to each other. So, even if that happens, and you think that, hey, I cooled off and I want to talk about it, you can always email me and we can go from there. But that's basically my reasoning for the banning the people. I'm not like going crazy and removing someone because I didn't like the color of the avatar. So that's the reason. All right. Boom. Next subject. This is kind of, it's interesting because right now the spring is coming, the summer is coming, and a lot of you will be looking into the training classes and looking for the training. And guys, the one thing which I want to encourage you is spend some moment and ask yourself what you want from the training. The most of the training classes, in the US, what I'm saying is it's a fucking madness. It teaches people absolutely nothing. You learning how to do the cardboard kills from 7-yard line, and awesome. High five. You will, and it's easy to see the improvements, because in the moment when you're doing those 1 to 5 drills, right? It's impressive. The people are measuring you with the timer, and you see how the time is shrinking, and you're hitting all those targets, and this is awesome, right? But you have to ask yourself, what will be the situation when you will be pressed to go into the CQB mode and exercise that kind of abilities? I will tell you right away, if something will happen, if the system would collapse, are you going to run into the city and start clearing the buildings on your own? This is insane. It is absolutely insane, guys. First of all, you do not have the supply behind you to keep feeding that gun. All right. The second thing, I can guarantee you, sooner or later you will die, and to correctly clear the building, you cannot do it by yourself. And I don't care how good ninja karate shit you're going to get shot in the room, and that's how it's going to end. So for me, as I said, guys, again, ask yourself what you're getting from the training. When we had more time with Paul, we're doing classes, it was jaw dropping, because we were getting people from multiple, they went through the multiple other classes, and they had basic problems with shooting. And I'm not going to drop any names, because it's not nice. But when you got the guy and he doesn't know how to zero the rifle, and he went through the multiple classes dedicated for that rifle, then that something is not right. All right. It's just also, as I told you, 7 yards line shooting is awesome. It's an instant gratification. But ask yourself, is this the scenario? I'll be with my rifle involved, because if something would happen, from my perspective, I'm as far as away I can from other people, right? Because everything will be limited. And this is another thing. It leads me to, I had a discussion with another guy, and he was saying, well, I'm taking 5,000 rounds with me and my family, and we're going to the woods. Think about what you're saying. You're going to carry on your back 5,000 rounds? Where is the food? Where is the water? You have kids. How are you going to go with the 5,000 rounds on your back into the woods? I mean, guys, put only 50 pounds on your back, where 15 pounds is really nothing, and try to march with it for 5-6 miles. Don't kill yourself at the beginning, and you will see how difficult it gets for the people who have never done this. Okay, and then there's the next day, and you're getting killed on those muscles. So if you have a family, if your emergency plan is to escape, think about it, how much you can carry and what you can do with it. Just because you have 50 magazines loaded, what are you going to do with it? The human body has limitations of how much weight you can carry. And then, especially you need the food, right? You need to eat something. You need the water. And if you got the family and kids, you got the little kids, or what, you going to kick the kid to the curb and hey, die with the wolves? You gotta help the kid. So common sense, guys. So this all goes back to the class too. For me, what I'll be looking is always look at the aspects of the marksmanship, how I can improve my marksmanship, because maybe I have to hunt that deer, right, and put the food on the table that way. So shooting from 7 yards is not going to help me to get the meat on the table, unless you will have 3 deers and you're going to execute them. They will be waiting for the death, and you will be standing and shooting them, right, from the 7 yards line. That's not going to happen in the real life, right? So hopefully this fall, together with Paul, we'll find the time and we'll put at least one class, but it looks really rough when we're looking at our schedules. But we love to work with you guys. It's just we don't have a time right now to put those classes together, and I don't want to make any commitments and later on scrap it out because of the things which are happening in our lives. But I'm all for go there, get the training out. I'm all for it, But be smart and ask yourself what you want from that class. What I'm going to gain something, or this is just going to be 2,000 rounds going down, through the cardboard, and at the end of the day, you will feel good because you made those close quarter hits, and you did some cool stuff, CQB. But what's the reality of it, right? When you're going to use it? Just something to think about it. All right, so enough with the bitching. Jeez, what a night today, right? Let's go through your questions, guys, right now. So the fun starts right now. Why the 20 rounds magazine, Stout? What is the advantage? On this rifle, I don't care. I got the 30 magazines too. But I like those 20s. They are short. If I'm shooting with the scope, basically it allows me to keep the rifle lower because there's no that 30 rounder extended, so I can go lower with my rifle. By the way, these magazines are made by the Bad Element. Bad Element, guys. So he converts the 30 rounders, but mainly I use 30 rounds magazines. However, I know in some, your area states, there are some limitations. So if you look and check that Bad Element company, they have those short mags, or they can make you custom ones if you want to. But to answer to your question, no, I mainly use 30 rounders. It's just on this rifle I got 20 rounder. This is from MMC, is this the BMS minimalistic stock? Yes, it is. And this stock is really cool. It works in a lot of situations. The people always have the questions, is this looping around your setup gear? I really don't have a problem with it. I use this, on many rifles, and it is kind of, that sharp pointing, but I don't have a problem with this stock catching the gear. I really like them for especially for the red dot setups, light, very light and quick setups. This works very, very well. All right, and now next question. Okay, what we got here. I want 27 inches Vapor. Boy, I really, at some point, you have to sit down and think about it, you know, because going with the longer barrel above some point is not going to give you the bang for the buck spent. You're growing in size, and I know the size does not matter. Some ladies may not agree with this, but you know, if you have a, I think like for the 308, the 20 inches barrel is a sweet spot because you still have a good maneuverability, and that the length of the barrel still gives you a lot of speed on the round. But going 27 inches, I am not sure if you're going to gain that much, and if because at that point maybe you're sacrificing more. Remember, you have that much longer barrel right now. That's more weight to carry too. Something to keep in mind. Or not? Okay. All right. Question: what type of the pistol grip? This is a TDI UPG grip. I just have tennis racket wrapper grip tape on it, but this is the UPG 47 TDI grip. Again, they are in our store, the www.ak4774.com. All right. We need to test Riley Defense AK-47. Boy, I will think about it, right? I will think about it. We'll see what's going to happen. I know that Mel 64D will be taking one into the harness testing on his equipment. So let's wait. We'll see what's going to happen, because, you know, if he will find out that those components are kind of made of the soft metals and they are way below where they should be, then why even waste the ammo? But if they will turn out to be okay, I will seriously think about it. Okay, so let's leave it at this. M16s are accurate and smart and in design. Well, the M16s are accurate, but it goes back to the round 2. The 556 by 45 round has a lot of good bullets to choose from. Also, the regular M16 20 inches barrel helps. You're gaining enough speed to keep shooting very accurately at 600 yards with iron sights. I did this many times with M16s, and they deliver. But the another thing, what the people are forgetting too, they look at today's M4s and they think that they are always was looking like this. No, look at the classic M16 and look at evolution, how the M16 and then how M16 was progressing, evolving, then M4 was created, how that rifle or carbine evolved, and what we got today. So it took time. The people are forgetting, but at the beginning there was no rail to mount the optic. I mean, it was on the handle. The people started putting the optics on the handles, and that's how the whole thing started. But it was evolution. So it's not like the AR was born that way. It took years and years and years, and now the AK is catching up. The people are doing phenomenal things with the AKs. It's still a little bit cumbersome because of the limitations, but you can make it work, really, All right, next question. Oh boy, someone is really a hater here, so we're going to basically remove that guy. He started spitting some hate. 545 for the win. 545 compared to 7 versus 7.62 by 39, guys. When we were talking about the wind, basically the 545 will give you a better performance in the wind. Why? Because it has more speed. Again, guys, 7.62 by 39 initial speed, it's around 2300 feet per second. That's at the zero speed, at the zero distance from the muzzle, right? Because I have a Doppler radar right now, I can get the really good and accurate readings. But you go down 100 yards and you're losing already 300 feet from that speed. So you're in neighborhood, around 2,000 feet per second at 100 yards. This is how much speed you lost in the first 100 yards. I mean, think about it, guys. It's really amazing when you start digging into the numbers and see what's happening. All right. Someone is saying, I thought SKS were import banned no matter who made it. I'm not sure about the SKS because we have seen a lot of SKSs coming in. You got those Yugo SKS. I'll have to check. I'm not, maybe I'm mistaken, but I didn't thought that the SKS was banned because SKS is more like, that really hunting rifle doesn't look as scary as the other ones. I'll check on this. I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong. But that, going back to all the Vapor talk and Moat, the Moat will be, I can guarantee you guys, you will see more and more models from the Fine Group importing them here to United States. And maybe they can, if the SKS, someone is saying that the SKS is banned. If the SKS is really banned, then maybe they can do the same thing as they're doing for the Vapor FM, right? Just convert it here in the States to the regular Vapor. So we will see. All right. What else we got? Is it more fair to compare 556 to 545 and 300 blackout to 7.62 by 39? If you will look at the trajectories of those rounds, so yes, 556 is very similar to the 545. Really, like if you will take the 7 and 6 ammo and the M855, those rounds will fly very tight to each other on the flying path. That's not even a question. What we're running into the problem on the US market is you have the commercial grade ammo on the 545 by 39, which I'm seeing is extremely underpowered. It's with some rounds which I was testing for the 545 by 39, it was laughable. The speed was almost like from 7.62 by 39, which is an outrage. Why would you make that round, the 545, so slow? So they were either saving on the powder or they were using slow burning powder. I do not know. I don't know what's the case, but it was jaw dropping. But generally, commercial ammo on the 545 is much slower than the surplus was, with the few exceptions, which is really sad because we're getting hammered already on the 545 by 39, right? Because there's not that many choices, and yet within those choices you have to keep, kind of cherry picking what I can buy and what I cannot. And that's kind of sad. Now, going back to the 300 blackout and 7.62 by 39, yeah, the 300 blackout, again, close, it's not the same. 7.62 actually gives you a little bit, I think, better trajectory. But the 300 blackout is cheaper to suppress. If you're really looking for I want to have a suppressed rifle, go with 300 blackout. This is where you make the money on that round. This is where you're getting the bang for the buck spent. But, to answer to your question, yeah, it will be more fair to compare the 556 to 545 and, 7.62 by 39 to 300 blackout from that point of view. All right, so we'll, as always, look into the data. The answer is in the data for everything. All right, let me check another question from you guys. Okay, 556 has range, yes, but we have an answer to 556. It's called 545. Again, yes, I totally agree with it. It's just all I'm trying to tell you is the 556 by 45 offers more choices for the rounds than we have on the 545 by 39. All right, so this is not even a question. And hopefully the situation will improve because there was a lot of talk. Well, granted, it was last year, and when the economy, gun-related economy was booming, everyone was going crazy. There was a lot of talk. Few manufacturers were talking about putting the 545 by 39 in the United States, but we'll see what's going to happen with this. Okay, someone is saying Mowat is bankrupt. Yes, it is. So what? The Kalashnikov concern was bankrupt 5 times in last 10 years. The bankruptcy on the Russian side works totally different, guys. And the Mowat division, which is making the firearms, it's actually this is a good section of the company, and it will be purchased. It will be purchased by someone. There's a lot of talk that it will be purchased by the private consortiums or holdings with ties to Kalashnikov concern, and that may happen. But I can guarantee you that the way how they're going to do it is they're not going to shut down the exports to United States. So they are aware of the sanctions, and they will do it the way that it is not affecting the export to the United States. Okay, at least not till the next year. We'll see what's going to happen later. All right, what else we got? Whoa. Okay, I'm just checking basically, guys, the questions from your chat right now. Why not just keep 7.62 by 39 over 300 blackout? The 7.62 by 39, if you want to have suppressed rifle, the availability of the ammo and the ammo pricing on the 300 blackout, and it will be only more and more and more, will be on the side of the 300 blackout, right? There are some talks right now that people want to bring the subsonic 7.62 by 39 ammo at the better price, because the pricing so far is a little bit, off the radar. So there is a talk, and we may see, but again, I'm not sure because of the economy right now, right? But there was a talk last year about the bringing a little bit cheaper subsonic ammo for the 7.62 by 39. But as of today, if you're thinking about suppressed rifle, the 300 blackout will give you more choices and the cheaper ammo prices. All right, that's my honest take on this. It's but if you don't care about suppressing that round, then I wouldn't even bother with 300 blackout. Honestly, why bother? If you're not suppressing the rifle, just roll with 7.62 by 39, and that round performs a little bit better than the blackout. Unless you want to use like specialty ammo and everything, right? But like if you just for a regular shooting, unsuppressed regular shooting, the 7.62 by 39, it's a better choice. Okay. Next question. WASR for 700. Is it worth it? No, it's not. I would never pay. I shouldn't say never, but as of today, I would not pay a $700 for the WASR. Guys, the WASR 10, great starting rifle. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you wanna, have that first taste of the AK on your hands, the WASR 10 is a good solution if you are on a tight budget. Get it, and most likely you will be happy with it. Yes, it probably will be canted a little bit, but the rifle works and shoots, right? But I'm seeing the WASR honestly 600, maybe 550, 600, 650. No, not really. In that price range, probably up to $600. That's a fair $600. In my eyes, it's a fair price for the WASR. All right. Hopefully this helps you. Next question. Oh boy. Good optic 1X for the AK. For the 1X, there is going to be 1.5X TA44M, I think, from ACOG coming out with the ACSS reticle. They will have it in the green and red, and we'll have the 1.5 ACSS reticle calibrated, it will be also for the 7.62 by 39. So keep watching. This should be a very interesting proposition. All right. Okay, what is the most I should look at spending for an IO rifle? Oh my goodness. I'll tell you, I personally do not buy the IO rifle. You have much better choices in that price range. Even Wasser should be in that price range. And just get a Wasser. Alright? Just save yourself disappointments. Alright, I saw Wasser for 800 at my local gun shop and had canted sights. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta do the homework on the Wasser, basically. It's not like, you know, you really have to check and see what this rifle, how it's looking like. So this is why it's so difficult to buy it on the internet, because it's better to just get your hands on it and quickly run over the rivets, check the barrel, check the front sight, check, you know, the rear sight, if everything is aligned and how is it looking like. But you know, if you're buying on the internet, there's always a risk you're not going to you know, have the luxury of inspecting the rifle until it arrives at your FFL. All right, 6.5 Grendel. What's your opinion? Will take over 7.62 by 39 in the future? And so basically, what's the future of the 6.5 Grendel? The caliber is for sure catching up the wind. Right, the round performs. If you look at the charts, it delivers. For sure, it's performing much better than the 7.62 by 39. But you have to think about it from the because the question was also is it going to get adopted by the major military services? This is a huge challenge from the logistics point of view. It's easy to put on the paper, you know, we are getting the new caliber for the army rifles, but then you have to remember you have all the spare parts on the shelves, all the magazines. Then you have all the reloading equipment for all of this, and this is a huge task, guys. It's easier said than done. That's why you're not seeing militaries moving so quickly to other calibers. You know, like there's no secret there are other calibers on the market which could perform better, but everyone is kind of holding back because the cost associated with the change would be enormous. But to answer to your question about is the 6.5 Grendel going to catch up, I think yes. Even this year you see more and more ammo makers committing to it, and there is a good chance that the 6.5 Grendel will be making waves. But look how hard it is, look how much effort was put behind the 300 Blackout, which was a little bit bullshit marketing too, because they were targeting people with you know, like a golden solution, and to the problem which wasn't really a problem. They were promising, you know, that they will give you a more knockdown power and everything, but then the people quickly discovered, hey, even 7.62 by 39 runs better and everything. But it took time, and where is the 300 Blackout today? But look how long it took, you know, and how much effort and money was spent. So I wouldn't expect anything shocking in the next 3 to 5 years. It will be a gradual progression. And at some point, you know, maybe 10 years from today, the 6.5 Grendel will be as popular as, you know, the 5.56. Who knows? But it's not going to happen overnight. If you want to jump on it today, I think so it's a good decision, because even today you have already a good choices with the ammo, and the ammo is available and at the competitive pricing levels. So you can jump on it. All right, it's just don't expect the miracle overnight that everyone, you know, every Walmart will have it. All right, that's my honest take on this issue. Okay, can I put suppressor on a fresh out of the box Vapor in 7.62 by 39? First, this is the most important thing. you have to check every time when you put the suppressor on AK, check if the barrel is concentric. Because if the barrel is not concentric, you're going to have a buffer strikes and you're going to destroy the suppressor in no time. So make sure that you can mount it. Other than this, the moment you put the suppressor, remember there's a lot of back pressure going. Can rifle handle this? Sure it can, especially Vapor, because everything is beef up on the Vapor. But if you wanna mitigate that stronger cycling right now, because you got more back pressure in the gases going back, you can put the stronger recoil spring, and this will absorb a lot of that energy. But other than this, make sure barrel is concentric, and you should be good to go. I mean, this is how in other countries they put the suppressors on the AKs, and the people are rolling with it, right? In the 100 series. Of course, they have ammo to roll with it too, the subsonic ammo, which, as I said, for the 545 you cannot even get the subsonic ammo. For the 7.62 by 39 you can buy it, but it's expensive. Okay. Anyone knows what happened to Kalashnikov USA? Kalashnikov USA is fine. They're doing great. At least that's what I have been told. And you should start seeing their rifles. They will come out with clone of Saiga 9, which is a 9mm version rifle, hopefully around summertime. It is a direct copy or clone of the Saiga 9. You should see the Saiga 12 improved or modified Saiga 12 very quickly from them. But they just basically a fine-tuning production. They're moving forward, and you should see some basically some products coming out from them very, very soon. All right. What hold on, guys. Shit, there's so many messages, guys. Slow down. Clamp on the barrel handguard. I'm not sure what you are trying to ask, so we just move to another subject. Okay, 5,000 rounds, the Saiga 9 test. When they will come out with that 9mm AK, we'll do it for sure. I can guarantee you we'll have their rifle on the show. I'm interested. I want to see it, how this rifle is going to perform, for sure. Any info on Chaos 12 shotgun? No, I have zero. Sorry. SAM 7 SF test. Yes, hopefully before the end of the year. Okay. What else we got? Best Cobra red dot sight. I don't like the Cobra's red dots, guys. Very often I had the example, I turned it on and I just broke the handle, and I promise I didn't use the retard strand. I broke the on-off switch by turning it on. So at that point, and it wasn't an airsoft copy, it was original Russian product. So at that point I said bye-bye, never again, and I don't use them. So if some people are happy with it, fine, let them be happy with it, but I had it. All right, so there is yeah, I see there is a discussion about the suppressing AKs, guys. Yes, the AK with this, see what this is happening here. You got that basically a gas block and the gas tube. You're going to have a lot of noise just from here. And if you're running the suppressor, guys, on AK and you're not using the subsonic ammo, I strongly recommend to keep using the EarPro, because it's really not that quiet. Alright? Another thing to remember about suppressed weapon, the weapon will get hot. So if you want to have a suppressor and keep dumping the magazines to the ground, that's not a good idea, alright? You gotta watch out, because you will warm up the barrel, the suppressor will be glowing. Another thing, when you're shooting suppressed with the scope, you're going to start having the mirage very quickly from the suppressor. So it's a good thing to use those sleeve-ons and they kind of curb the heat a little bit better. But there are many things when using the suppressors. The suppressors are cool, they have a use, but you have to be smart what you need them for and how you're going to use them, guys. Honestly. Alright. Alright, 7:59, guys, the time flies, it's unbelievable. And let me take one more question, and we'll go from there. Rap, will you test the Hill & Mac Gunworks STG Sturmgewehr 4D4? At this point, I don't know, guys. I think they finally released that gun. I did talk to them a year and a half ago, or maybe 2 years already, at the Big 3 East, and at that time they had semi-working prototype. But then I know that they were missing the release dates. People were getting frustrated because they left the deposits and everything, and there was no gun. The date was they were moving the goalpost forward and forward. But I think they finally released it. I did not have a time or pleasure to shoot that rifle yet. I'll have to check it out and get back to you on that on that question, because I honestly at this point, it's a very good question. I will get back to it. I will take a note and I will get back to it. Alright, guys, 8 o'clock, one more time. There is no show. There will be no show next week. I apologize for it, but I have other commitments, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, let me check the calendar. So basically, that will be the April 14th, I think. So yes, it will be April 14th, guys. Have a great weekend. Party hard, all right? But don't drive when you're partying. If you have any questions which I missed in the chat, please email me. AK74 SKI AK74SKI at Comcast.net, AK74SKI at Comcast.net, and I'll add them to the list and we'll kick them off in 2 weeks. Alright, guys, thank you very much. Have a great